Okay guys, we're going to demonstrate the Rebozo technique. So you know Sam already, but I'm here with wonderful Barbara.
Hello!
Just tell everyone briefly, Barbara, what you do.
So I'm a midwife, working with the neighborhood midwives in Waltham Forest, providing case loading care from booking through the birth until 6 weeks after the birth.
So the whole way through, lots of home births?
Many home births, and we also support the women in birth centres at Whips Cross or in Homerton.
Amazing, so amazing continuity of care. So let me tell you a little bit about the scarf before we start. So some of you might not know about the Rebozo. This comes from indigenous culture, particularly in Mexico and Guatemala. And traditionally, the scarf was given to girls when they first got their period, and it would be quite a sacred item and still remains so. So they keep it, they use it for different things during life. They use it during pregnancy and labour, and to carry their babies on their backs afterwards. And the traditional midwives had some amazing skills, and still do, of how to use the Rebozo. So we're going to share a little bit of that today. So there are some reasons why you wouldn't do the Rebozo technique. You can see a whole list of them in the workbook, so please do have a check. Some of them include things like having a low-lying placenta or placenta at the front of your tummy. If you don't know where your placenta is, have a look on your scan. Anterior means at the front, posterior means at the back. If you've had any bleeding in pregnancy, or you have clotting disorders, things like that, just be a little bit mindful before you do this. So I'm going to hand over to Barbara and let you move in, Barbara. So tell us a little bit about how do you choose a scarf?
Right, so this is one of the many kinds of Rebozos. So usually it is a cotton kind of cloth. There are different techniques you can use Rebozo for. The one we are going to demonstrate today, you don't need as long Rebozo as for some of the others. Generally speaking, Rebozos are at least 2 meters long.
Quite long.
Quite
long.
Yeah. The material needs to be ideally woven and cotton. Definitely no silk or anything like that, because that would be too slippery. We also don't want anything that would be too stretchy, so it should have a bit of stretch, mainly on the diagonal. So if you take it from, well,
this one's beautiful.
One. So on diagonal, that means like in this direction, that needs to have a stretch, but not so much across or lengthwise.
And you might not get a real Rebozo because they are quite expensive, but you want to go for something.
Yeah, well, again, it depends on the quality. You can get cheaper ones, more expensive ones. You know, you don't have to buy a special Rebozo just for the pregnancy purposes. You can just get some maybe pashmina kind of scarf or something like that. Make sure that it's not too stretchy.
Perfect. So that's how you choose. So we're going to demonstrate this with Sam using the ball. So tell us what you're going to start with, Barbara.
So Sam will kneel on the floor and hold the ball. Yeah, we want this kind of cat position. Now with your Rebozo, you find the middle of the scarf and place that across the tummy. So the middle of the scarf should be where the navel is. And what you're aiming to do is really hug the tummy with the scarf. So above the tummy and below in the groins. And then you want to straighten the fabric in your hands so that the tummy is nicely hugged everywhere. So does it feel comfortable, Sam? So just a little bit lower. A bit lower there, great, thank you. And it's not hard anywhere. No. Good. Yeah, so that is basic what you have.
So if you're watching at home, ladies, you can pause the video, and I'd recommend that you get your partner and actually you do this with us now. So it's really good to try all of the postures as we go along, so that when you finish the program, you feel really confident to do all of the techniques. And it doesn't have to be your birth partner, maybe you're doing this with a friend or your mum, just to have a go and see how it feels.
Now the person who is holding the Rebozo needs to be mindful of their posture as well, because it's kind of hard work for the person. So you want to have your knees slightly bent.
Lovely.
Pelvis a bit tucked in and kind of straight back, and hold the fabric quite tight, because you want that pregnant lady to kind of relax into your Rebozo. You're kind of taking that weight on you. The aim of this is to give her as much relaxation as you can.
Absolutely.
And
so
taking over some of the weight of the baby.
Exactly. You're kind of carrying the baby just for a few minutes, aren't you?
And then there are different things you can do. You can either just stand like this while she's resting and you're holding the weight.
How are you feeling, Sam?
Good.
Comfortable. Good.
And you can slowly move her from side to side. Usually start slowly, and then if she likes it, if it feels comfortable, you can increase the speed.
Lovely. And I'd recommend that you do this rocking for 2 to 5 minutes. It depends how strong you are, because after a couple of minutes it is actually quite a lot of work on the arms, and it depends on mum as well. So you never do this if it's really uncomfortable for mum. Sometimes you can have muscle spasms down here, and if that happens, then do stop and relax and try again at another time.
And it is quite subtle movement in your wrists. Really, you're not moving, too high. It's just very slight movement, just a couple of centimeters, really.
So not big sifting, everybody.
And if you try a bit faster, kind of sifting, this kind of thing. Again, you need to communicate with the mum, and if it's not comfortable or painful, you just stop and do the slow one again.
Fantastic. So if your baby is breech or transverse and you're wanting your baby to turn, I'd recommend that you do this twice a day before you do the breech method that we show in module 4.
And this can be quite nice during the birth as well, especially in the early stages, and then when the surge comes, you just hold while the mom is breathing, so you're kind of holding that weight and helping her through that, so it's kind of nice as well.
It's a brilliant labour technique, it's really lovely. Fantastic. So for some mums, being on the ball like this won't be the most comfortable, because it may feel a little bit like you've got a bit of pressure on your back. So you could also try this position where you're just either resting your arms on the sofa, like so, and that might be a bit lower than your ball, or you might come down and actually, let's give it a go now, where either your hands are on the floor, maybe, and we carry on, or you might feel more comfortable where you come right down. It sounds so good, she knows. And that can be really lovely, and also can be a wonderful posture for birth as well. So you might find that that's more comfortable than using the ball. So we're going to stop there. Have a go at home, see if it helps. It can also be really lovely if you've got lower back pains to take the weight off. Do it slowly and carefully, so that you're being gentle with mum. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much, Barbara.
It's alright, all the